Welcome to Global Education Unpacked, the podcast where we explore global perspectives that are brought into the classroom. And I'm your host, Marie Lapidus, and today we have two special guests joining us from Chiapas, Mexico. This episode is recorded live at WHCM Radio, produced by Matt Byrne, and features our theme music, Mint by DJ Double Dip. So I'm going to introduce our guests, and again, I'm going to try to do their names correctly, so let's see how that goes. We're joined by Julia Hernandez Molina.
Yeah.
Did I do it?
Yes.
Excellent. And Orville Castillo Laguna.
That's right. Thank you
Oh
very
my
much.
God. Okay, good. I'm going to stick with first names.
That's perfect.
Okay, they are both ESL faculty from, I might mess this up, so you might have to correct me as we do it, Universidad Autónoma de Chiapas.
Yes, that's
You're right.
Okay, good. They're visiting Harper College as part of our 2-week professional development exchange between Harper and UNACH. UNACH is the name of the university short version,
yeah,
right?
UNACH.
Julia has also participated in a previous virtual exchange with Harper faculty with Marjorie Allen, Professor Marjorie Allen, and we're excited to hear about their journeys, their classrooms in Mexico, and how international collaboration is shaping education. I think you are my first international guests actually here from somewhere else currently. Currently.
That's nice.
So yes, I'm excited to have you here. Whoever wants to start, can you share a bit about your academic background and how you arrived at your current role at
I'll go
Ladies
first.
Always.
Okay, thank you. So I have a master's degree and a bachelor's degree in English language teaching. I studied, the bachelor's at, and well, as I studied the bachelor's there, then when I finished, I just got the job there, like in the same campus, which was really very nice. So I have been working there for about 10 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you do any English before you started university?
Oh, yes. I enrolled in the language department, and I took classes there for about a year before I started the bachelor's.
Okay.
Yes.
Did you do any English like in elementary school or high school?
Yeah, of course. Like we have in the past, we had to have English classes since secondary, high school, and then the bachelor's.
Okay.
Nowadays, it's changing. So nowadays there are some schools that teach English since the kindergarten to elementary school, like even public schools, because in private they always have English, like since they are like there, like in kindergarten. But in public schools, it has changed. So which is really nice.
Is it predominantly English that's being taught in Mexico, or at least in your area, or do they do other languages like French, German, any other ones?
Yes, we do. Like in our campus, we teach different languages.
Okay.
We have English for foreigners, we have French, Italian, German, Chinese. But like in general, talking about the country or our state, we teach
English.
Like that's one of the most.
I think here too, we have choices for kids as they go through maybe junior high. We usually start, so this is like 6th, 7th grade, they're required to start taking a language. So about like 12 years old. Some schools start earlier, obviously, some later. Private schools will start earlier. And usually Spanish is the language. And then when they get to high school, at least I think in our districts too, then they have some choices. They can do French, maybe German, depends on who they have as faculty. So so I was just wondering but for us, Spanish is like, you have English or we have Spanish.
A challenge.
Yes, that's exactly right. Orville, tell us about yourself.
Okay, so I graduated in 2012. I was 23 by that time, and I got a job in a private institution, but then I decided, why shouldn't I join to the school where I work? So I applied for the job and I got it, and since that time, I've been working for about 9 or 10 years old, and it's been a great experience because I have been working in different parts of the university, and I'm having so much fun.
So tell us how that works. Why are you working? So like our English faculty typically, or our Spanish teaching faculty have their own department and do, but you do something different. So tell us what you're doing.
Yeah, because working in the different areas of the university, for example, people who are studying architecture, I go there, I teach in English, and they have to take their courses, at least like 4 semesters or 5, depending on the career that they have.
Yes.
And sometimes I have worked in the language department that students only take English. They want to learn the language, and maybe because different reasons, they want to travel, they want to get a scholarship or something. But that's a fun of
Yes.
working there.
And you also teach little kids.
I used to work with little kids,
Yes.
but now as I am getting older, so it's been a little bit hard for me. So I decided to work in a secondary school. They are like teenagers, work in the morning there, and
Yes.
I go to UNACH in the afternoon.
Okay.
And it's an environment, it's different, right?
Yes.
Working with teenagers and young
Yes.
adults is different, but I'm having such a great
Yeah.
time.
How old are the students at UNACH? Like how old typically? What's your average student age?
Well, like they are maybe from 17, 18 years old, 23, 22 years old. Yes. But we, as Orville says, it depends on the program in which they are enrolled. We have like our campus has different programs. We have the language department, which is basically where we teach foreign languages. Like here, students just come. We can have them like from, so they are 14 years old till like, you name it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so sometimes we have classes in which we have adults and teenagers at the same time. And we have another program that is called English for Young Learners. So we have students who are from 9 to 13 years old.
Okay.
Yeah, so those classes are in the afternoons and on Saturdays.
Because they have to finish school before
Yeah.
they come.
Yeah,
Right,
exactly.
right.
But in the language department, it's like here, so you can see a student 8 years old and 30 years old. So it's because they want to learn the language.
Right. We do. So we consider the typical student is considered 18 to 22. But actually, I think our average age on campus is about 26 and older. So we have older working population coming in, getting certificates, and particularly in our career programs, who are changing careers or maybe enhancing their career, trying to move forward in their career. And then we have what everybody considers a typical transfer student who come in. So you're a university, so you do all 4 years. We only do 2 years, so that they come in and they do the 2 years.
Okay.
So, yeah. Okay, so how did you get inspired to be ESL teachers?
Shall I go? Okay, I remember when I was in secondary school, my English teacher told me an experience of when he traveled to Los Angeles, and I said to myself, I want to travel one day, and I think that could be the way learning English to come here. But I wasn't that good in English, in the subject, because I don't know, I couldn't learn that. But when I took a summer course in English, it was fun. I found a fantastic English teacher, and I took the summer course, and then I kept studying for about 1 year, and then I started producing, and that's why. But I could say that at the end I became an English teacher by mistake, because I didn't know I was going to finish teaching English, but I really like it, and I enjoy it.
You know what, I'm in teaching. I don't know if it's by mistake, but it was not the path I
Yeah, of
took.
course.
Right? I've been corporate and I've done all these other things, and I got into teaching, even though I think when I was really little, I wanted to be a teacher. Like people ask you, what do you want to be? A teacher, doctor, like those kind of things. But I didn't get here in a teaching path at all. And when I think about education, I don't consider myself like an academic, even though I am. We're all academics, but I think of myself as like business faculty. I don't think of myself as a academic faculty. So maybe it's just attitude.
Yeah.
How about you?
In my case, something similar happened. Like I had many different options. Like I didn't know what to study. But in Mexico, we don't have colleges. Like you just finish the high school and then you just go to university.
Yes.
And since the very first semester, you need to know what is like your goal. If you want to be an architect or an engineer or a teacher. And I had different options in my mind. I wanted to be a doctor or a psychologist or a chef. And as I couldn't choose, and I have a very nice teacher who inspired me a lot. I really like the way he explained the topics. He made everything so easy. And I used to have good grades. So I said, oh, okay, so I'm not gonna make a mess. So I will just go and study English. Yeah, but I don't regret my choice because I think it's the best I could have done because I really love teaching. I love being with my students and learning from them also. Yeah, they teach you a lot of things. Yeah,
Absolutely.
so that's-
Absolutely. What is unique about teaching English in your area, in Chiapas?
Okay, Chiapas is a beautiful state. It has
So tell us where it is, because I think people don't know. Like, you know, we're talking like everybody knows
Okay,
where
we are-
Chiapas
we
is.
are-
So let's give it a little bit of a location.
Okay, in our state, it is in the south of Mexico. We are with the border of Guatemala. So, and we are very alike as Guatemalan people, like culture, food, and all those stuff.
Okay.
And in our state, there are many different people, like communities that speak different languages, and some of them they come to UNACH to study. And that's a challenge for us because they have no idea about the language. They don't know English, so we try to inspire them. Okay, you have to do this and this. And for instance, as this is not their first language, so it's a little bit harder for them. But
Right.
that's where magic comes from us.
Yes, absolutely.
And this is something that can be special about teaching English in Chiapas is that if our students know English, they get more job opportunities.
Oh,
So that is something really important because if they know English, they can just get better positions at work or they can just move to a touristic area and they can work there. So I feel that is really important because, I don't know, like it helps them a lot to grow.
yes.
Yeah.
Is there a lot of tourism in Chiapas?
Yes. Yeah. In Chiapas, there's a lot of tourism. We
Okay.
have a lot of nature. There are a lot we have mountains, there are rivers, waterfalls, and we have two volcanoes. And yeah, but in the city where where our campus is, that city is not really touristic.
Okay.
But if we travel like 4 minutes, we go to San Cristobal, or we have a Chiapa de Corzo, which is a town that is 20 minutes far from
20
Tuxtla.
minutes.
Yeah, so yeah, we have a lot of tourism in the whole state.
That's great. That's
Yeah.
great. And it definitely helps students. I found that pretty everywhere you go around the world, English is
Yeah.
the first one people go to. Like,
course.
where do you speak English? Okay, we can do English. If not English, then you start going to other languages. Like, what else can you speak to be able to communicate?
Yes.
But English is one of the ones that's becoming rather universal in the world, and
Yeah, it's really important.
it is really important. What are your students like? You said you have a lot of students who come in. Absolutely. Do they even know? Do they speak Spanish or do they speak their
Yeah,
own?
they do, and actually that's what it makes more interesting
Yeah.
because I remember I had a student. He was from a town, I don't remember the name, but his first language was Oxin. And when I was given the lesson, teacher, that language is English is like my own language, and he was very clever, and that called my attention.
Yeah.
And then he applied for a scholarship, and he went abroad. I don't know if to the United States or Canada, but he was a very clever guy. And the very first day, they are like a shy, but I try to motivate him that you can do this, you will have these advantages of learning a language, and they try to.
Yeah.
Happy.
Yeah, absolutely. What are some challenges in teaching English?
I could say that a challenge is that there are not enough opportunities to practice the language. Yeah, because as I said before, Tuxtla is not a touristic city, so our students need to move to different towns to practice. And that is something difficult because they just practice English in the classroom, and then when they leave school, they just use Spanish.
Right.
Yeah, so that is one challenge or not challenge, but no, it is a challenge.
It is a challenge.
Yeah, because we need to motivate them to use English like after school.
Right.
When I tell them, okay, switch your cell phone into English, or I don't know, read books in English, use the social media in English, look for different texts. I don't know.
That's really great. That's actually really I need to do that. That's a really good idea to learn language, to do all of your
We have
like,
technology.
technology to
Yeah.
do that.
Yeah, and
Technology
use
to
it
do
in
that.
favor.
Yeah, and then so that kind of ties us into the next thing, a virtual exchange with
Yeah.
Harper, with Professor Marjorie Allen. So how was that? Because that does give you opportunity for your
Yes.
students to practice some English, right?
Yes, that's why when I heard about this program, I decided just to take it because my students can have an opportunities to practice with other people, with native speakers, or maybe I know now that like here, like you have people from different cultures, so they can learn more.
Right.
Yeah, I have been working with Marjorie for 2 semesters, and the first time we had online sessions, like virtual sessions, sorry. My students just had the opportunity to talk to Marjorie's students. But what it makes it really interesting is that Marjorie is teaching Spanish and I am teaching English. So her students communicate in Spanish and my students use English to communicate. So
Practice.
yeah, so they can practice both languages, and my students were really happy to teach them like some new words, or we have like these diminutives like colochito, bonito, and the Harper students were like really impressed or amazed because of this.
Right.
Yeah, so it is a very good opportunity, and my students were really motivated.
Yes.
Like, they could miss any of my classes except those ones when we had to do this.
To do the exchange. And you, how did you do it? Through Zoom or what was?
Yes,
okay.
we used Zoom.
Okay.
And sometimes when last semester our schedules didn't match, so we used other platforms. We started
Okay.
using Flip, and then we moved to Padlet.
Okay.
They had to upload videos talking about maybe their families or their routines, their hobbies. And then they had to like just to reply like with a text or with another video. So we tried to keep it like interactive.
Yes.
Yeah.
See, so very doable, very
Yeah.
durable between different time zones, between different
Yes.
schedules. You don't have to even be live together. Live
yeah.
together obviously is better.
Yes.
Yeah, in person, physically is best.
Uh-huh.
Then if you can do it online, right, in person, that's good. And then you can do it even not online
Yes.
But then
together, but
interactive.
you're still
Or-
interactive, right?
Yeah.
That's
exactly.
fantastic, and I think it's great for people to hear that there are different, like when people say, how am I going to do that? It is very doable.
Yes.
It is very doable.
Yeah, and especially because for us it's really expensive to travel.
Yes.
Like coming to the States is really, really very expensive, so not everybody can afford that.
Right.
So having these virtual exchanges help us a lot because we're not spending anything, just like your internet.
Right.
You use Facebook, like you use
Right.
internet all the time.
Yes.
So why not to use it in a positive way?
Exactly. Are your students, do they have all the technology? Do they have smartphones? Is
Yeah.
it computers? How do they?
Yeah, they can use their cell phones, laptops, but at our campus we have a computer lab.
Okay.
Like when we did the Zoom sessions with Marjorie, my students just went to the computer lab and they had everything, like headphones, cameras, so they could do like this exchange.
Okay. That's fantastic.
We're very
fantastic.
excited.
Yeah, really, really very excited.
I think that's great, right?
Yeah.
And they can learn about not just, they can see some culture too. Yes, it's not as immersive, like I said, as a study abroad, but it's still some immersion, better than nothing,
Yes.
I think, totally. Okay, so what kind of curriculum methods do you use to get students engaged? What are some fun things do you do in class to get them?
Okay.
I know, he's like, I do a lot of stuff.
And my
so tell
kids,
us about it.
I really like games, playing
Yes.
games, even if they are adults. They don't care. They want to play if we play like hot potato, like tic-tac, or every game. So they have so much fun, and they say, "Teacher, let's play again, please," because they remember the words, all the vocabulary. Even they are practicing grammar.
Yeah.
But I always do it like as a wrap-up activity,
Uh-huh.
so they can have fun. or the next day as a warm up to activate it and
Yes.
have so much fun and have a review of
Yeah.
the topic. I really like it. And the very first day, I don't talk about rules. I don't talk about projects. Only a semicircle. I talk, okay, the class is going to be like this. We're going to have so much fun, and listen to my student experience. What do they expect from me, from the class?
Right.
I really like it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I like to do the same. I like to know what my students expect from the class, what they expect to learn. But also, I always use the first class to get my students know each other, at least their names, to see if they have something in common. Because I believe if we have a good classroom atmosphere, everything works.
Right.
So that's what I do. And also, I like to know them, like what are their likes, their preferences. And I use all that information in my classes so they feel like they are in a safe space and we talk about what they like. Imagine if I bring maybe reading about the Beatles, maybe they are not interested in the Beatles
Maybe
anymore.
they want Taylor Swift or
Yeah,
something.
yeah, a better choice. Yeah. So
Yeah, well,
that's what I do.
I think just shows our age.
Because some students, they don't know who the Beatles were.
Yeah.
But then you should bring the Beatles in because they should know the Beatles.
Yeah.
As we are in a radio station, let's talk about the greats. Any unexpected or funny moments happen in class that you want to share with us?
Oh, a lot.
I have one that I would like to share. I went to my classroom and a kid told me, "Teacher, I saw you at the mall on Sunday." Okay, why you didn't say hello to me? Because you were not wearing your uniform. Sometimes we
You
are
have uniforms?
at school. Yes, I have my uniform. It was a kid. I have my uniform.
Oh,
And
wow.
I think that for kids we are like superheroes. Imagine
like
like Batman, Spider-Man without their uniform. So
You're not a superhero.
that experience. Yeah.
Maybe we should have like Harper uniforms. I don't know, but they have to make one for girls because typically they just buy T-shirts and sweatshirts, and I'm like,
Yeah.
no, this is not what I wear. I need
Yes.
something stylish.
Yeah, I cannot think of a specific example, but whenever we play something like when we play games, something happens. What I really like to do is, I don't know if you call it the same here, it's like the whisper. So the students just make a line and they just think of
Oh, we call it telephone.
Okay, telephone.
Okay, I'm an immigrant too, but I think it's telephone.
That's a whisper game.
Yeah, so we call it the whisper game, but well, it's the same. But what I do is that I just leave a piece of paper at the front. I just ask my students to sit into lines. And then the first person has to think of something or to answer one question I make.
Yeah.
And then when I say go, they start whispering the sentence. And when the last person has it, they just run and write. So it's a lot of fun because generally they understand something different. We have a lot of fun. Yeah. And at the same time, they are practicing their listening, their
Right.
pronunciation. and all that
Exactly.
stuff. Yeah.
Exactly. Oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
I would
Do they fight?
Yeah, sometimes like,
That happens.
that wasn't correct. Yeah.
I want to steal some of your ideas that you guys are doing. I just have to adjust them to like an online classroom.
Yeah.
So you're here on a 2-week professional exchange. So is this your, first of all, I should ask, is this your first time to the U.S. or no?
Okay, in my case, this is my third time.
Third time.
Yeah, and this is my first time.
First
in
time
the United
in the United States. So first time in the Chicagoland area. Where
Yeah.
did you go before?
Okay,
Orville?
when I was in college, I went to Lakewood, Pennsylvania. I worked in a summer camp. I really enjoyed the experience. And a couple of years, I went to Arkansas. I applied with 15 more teachers from Mexico.
Okay.
We took courses, lessons, and everything. And the good thing is that we shared the classroom with Yaquis people. And I
Oh,
learned
yeah.
a lot from their culture and everything because they were teachers as well.
Yes.
They told us about their classes, and we told them about our classes.
Yeah.
A wonderful moment.
So you're doing this professional development. Tell us a little bit about this program that you're doing here.
Yeah, the aim of the program is like to learn more about each other. Like we are observing different classes. We are also knowing more about the culture. And what was it on April? On April, I
Upper
guess.
Spring?
Yeah, Marjorie and
Allison?
Allison, the teachers with whom we're gonna work. They went to Chiapas and they had that opportunity too. They observed different classes. They gave like a workshop to our students, and and also they learn some cultural things about our state. So we would like to have these, but not just for teachers, but maybe in the future, like we can have some like exchange with students
Yes.
that come here, or some students from Harper that go to our university, like in order that like to learn.
Yes, absolutely. So, have you been to Chicago?
We went.
To the city?
Yeah.
So, what did you see? What did you see?
It was beautiful. We were downtown.
It's not hot for you guys. It's been very warm for us Chicago people here during this time of this podcast. But for you guys, this is
Yeah, we stayed
normal temperature,
Yeah,
right?
Tuxtla is hotter than here.
Yeah.
hotter, to be honest, but we walked a lot. We visited the most important places. We went to Harry Potter. I think it's not a museum, right? It's a store.
Yes.
Yeah,
it's
Yeah.
true.
It's an important place, Harry Potter. How about the Art Institute? Have we hit up the Art Institute or no? Harry Potter is not the Art Institute.
No.
Did you see the bean?
Yeah, we went to
Oh,
the
yeah.
Yes, the
Yeah, we
bean,
have
of course.
Lots of pictures
took
there.
pictures,
Yes.
and what I really enjoyed the most, it was the deck. What's the name?
The sky deck?
The
in
sky.
Willis
That
Tower.
was beautiful. We
Yeah.
had a great
Oh, you
view
went to
from
the
there.
Willis Tower.
Yeah. Yes, we went to
Yes.
Willis Tower. We went to Navy Pier
Yeah.
during the day. What else? We took the architecture
The boat tour?
Yes, I
Oh,
really love
those are
it. I was like-
awesome.
I'm, in fact, I made a video call with my mom, and I was like, "Mom, look, everything here is
Yeah.
gorgeous."
Yes. Chicago is a beautiful
Yes.
city. It
Yeah.
really is.
Yeah, and it is-
like architecturally.
I mean,
very
it's
lovely.
totally different as our city,
Yeah.
right? Like we just have one tall building.
Yeah, I was just going to ask. We have
Yeah, you have a lot.
tons of tall buildings.
Yes.
Your area is probably not as.
No,
Yeah.
no, we just have one. It's called Chiapas Tower,
Uh-huh.
but that is the tallest in the city.
Yeah.
And we have two apartments. What are what's
The-
those? But I don't remember. But
Luxury towers,
yeah,
or something
yeah.
like that.
but those are apartments. Yeah.
You said you have two volcanoes. Do you have earthquakes there too?
All the time.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes. Yeah.
If it was an earthquake, people, okay, don't go out. We are used to,
Yeah,
to
we're
feel
used to
them.
having earthquakes. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Well, that's why you don't want to have tall buildings. Like, why have
Yeah.
those when they're going to fall on your head?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yes, but
So
we normally
constant,
have-
like, all the time?
Well, once in a while, but we are used to that.
Yeah.
Because there are many mountains on the
Yes.
coast.
So you
that
get-
we have
oh,
overlooked
wow.
many.
Yeah.
Yeah. We had an earthquake here once when I was in high school, so maybe when I was like 16, and nobody would believe me. I was in my living room and I'm like, wait, everything is moving. And then I went into the kitchen room. I'm like, I think we just had an earthquake. My mom's like, no, it's just a big truck that passed. And then they announced it on the news that we had, like, we don't have earthquakes.
Oh,
Sometimes
okay.
when there are many earthquakes, we put a glass of water, and then if it moves, it means that there's an earthquake.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but we don't panic. We're like,
Right.
oh, okay. Just if it shakes like too hard, like, we
Right.
just leave the house. But if not, it's, oh, there's an earthquake.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, totally different culture.
Yes.
I'd probably be like, oh my God, but even shaking. Okay, tell us more about coffee and chocolate. Oh, my two favorite things. Please tell us more about coffee and chocolate in Chiapas and how you're famous for that. So,
I was living in a place called Cacahuatan. Cacahuatan means cocoa, place of cocoa, and where they grow coffee everywhere. If you walk in the street, it smells like coffee, and
Wow.
it's beautiful and really
Yeah.
cheap. That's
Yeah.
in the mountains. That
and
place.
fresh.
Fresh, and the good thing is that it rains the whole year, from January till December.
Okay.
That's what it makes a good coffee.
Yes, it makes good coffee.
Yeah.
Do you just yank them off the bush?
Yeah, you can do it.
Yeah.
People have in their yards, they have, you can take pictures, you can go, and actually there are some restaurants that they sell the coffee there
Yeah,
for
okay.
tourist people.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes. But we also have the pozol. Yeah,
What is that?
pozol is a typical drink from Chiapas.
Uh-huh.
It's made of corn and cocoa and cinnamon.
Cinnamon.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. In the center of the city, you have it. No, not the city, but in the center of the state, we have that drink cold. But in the north part of Chiapas, they might have it cold or hot.
Okay.
So Chiapas, you need to drink the pozol and the cochino.
That's our Starbucks.
Yeah.
Listen, I was, and I still am a Starbucks fan because I think they're just business-wise, their model is a great idea. But every place I go when I travel, the key is to find the coffee shop, to try all the different coffees around. And I used to have a candy store, so chocolate is a passion to find good chocolate and just different varieties and how people make them. And do you do the drinking chocolate in Chiapas? Isn't that what the Mayans and all of that was
Yes.
their big, was to drink the chocolate, like that drinking chocolate is so delicious.
Yes, we do. Yeah, and we have some local stores that they produce their own and they sell it.
Okay.
Yeah, and it is really very cheap.
Yeah.
In Chiapas.
The problem is that as it is too hot, so in my case, I don't drink it only in rainy days. I have
Yeah,
my chocolate.
you have
because
your
of the
chocolate.
heat.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's hard to have a chocolate bar because so you have to drink it because
Yeah.
it's too hot to keep chocolate bars
Yes.
and stuff like that. Yeah. Absolutely. So, favorite dish to cook or eat?
Okay, in my case, it is the pozole.
What is that?
Pozole. It's like a soup, like corn, and you can put chicken or pork, right?
Pork also.
And that's usually to celebrate our Independence Day. But
Okay.
when we eat the pozole, it means that we're going to
Something
eat pozole like
special.
3 days. Because we have a
You
big
make it a
crab,
pot? Okay.
pozole on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. That's my favorite.
And we
Yeah.
generally have it in special occasions.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like September
Does
and
it take a
Christmas.
long time to make? Is that the...
Yeah, kind
is it-
of.
Yeah.
It takes a long time, but it is not as difficult to make it.
Yeah. And in my case, I really love tacos. That's my favorite food. Yeah, I really love tacos. And I like cooking, so I know how to prepare them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask because I know different areas have different opinions. So corn or flour tortillas?
Corn.
Corn. You guys are the corn side,
Yeah.
the corn, and the flour side. That's not real.
But
That's
the
not
flour
a.
are good. Try
Well,
it.
we eat them every day.
Yeah,
So
yesterday that we went to a restaurant, we had like fried tortillas, the ones you have in nachos.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and I was surprised, like, they taste differently, but they are
Yeah.
really, really very delicious. I really like them.
Okay, and then if somebody was coming to Chiapas for the first time, where do they need to go? What are the places that absolutely you have to visit?
Okay, I would say that 3 places.
Yeah.
Is San Cristobal de las Casas Chiapas, which is a magical town. Palenque, where you will find the ruins, and Cañón del Sumidero Canyon. These are the 3 places. It's like going to Italy,
It's like the
Pisa
land.
Tower, and Rome. If you don't go, so you didn't go to Italy.
Yeah.
So for sure, you have to go to these 3 places. I don't
Yeah.
know if it's yet.
Oh, yes. Yeah, the same. Like San Cristobal is like the favorite place to visit there because it's architecture. It's really very beautiful. It's colonial architecture.
Okay.
So it's totally different to what we have in Tuxtla, for example. And
The weather is
weather,
awesome.
because there
it's
it's
cold.
really
it's
cold.
high.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
as the city is in the mountain, it is really cold. So Tuxtla is super hot, and San Cristobal is really cold.
Okay, so describe for us Americans what you consider really cold, because I think we're going to have a totally different
I
perception
know.
of what really cold is like.
Maybe 18 Celsius degrees.
For us, it's like when it's December, it was like in 10. When it's December, but
Yeah.
for us, that's cold. Not for
Yeah.
you.
Yeah,
10 is like 45, 50, something
we
like
wear
that.
Okay.
jackets for us because we're
Yeah,
not
you're
super
probably
clever.
like
Yes.
bundled up, yes.
Yeah.
So just so everybody knows what you mean by cold.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, in another place, it's like the Cascadas. That's the name. I don't remember where it is located.
It is in. No, the name is.
Oh,
That's
so
the
that's the
name.
name?
That's the name.
Okay, but those are
waterfalls.
waterfalls, but they
Yeah.
are impressive. They are really big. Like we have, or there are like different or a lot of waterfalls. Yeah, and the picture is amazing. Yeah, so if you go to Chiapas, you need to go to that place.
Yes.
Cascadas de Agua
So you see
Azul.
monkeys there, mango,
Yes.
many mangoes.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
we have lots of fruit.
Fruits.
We have
Yes.
a lot of mango.
Yeah.
Yeah, Allison and Marjorie, the professors, were eating mango all the day.
And they were
I would eat mango all day long.
and they were taking pictures to all
Yeah.
Yeah,
because
we have mango
more.
trees in the campus.
Yeah.
So it's It's very
It's
nice. Like, you
fantastic.
don't even buy it. You just take it from the trees and you eat them.
I went to Panama and to see a site, a study abroad site, and one of the things we drove to different places. We would go to rest stops, so like a gas station. The best pineapple I've ever had. And in the United States, you would not think that at a gas station. But there, it was like they just sold fresh pineapple, like chunks, like in a little, and it was delicious. It was the best like you would never find it here like that. Would never find it here like that. So
Yeah, that's what we were talking when we were walking downtown. We saw some vendors selling a watermelon and a
I
mango.
I want watermelon.
Yeah, but we were like, they look different than the ones we have.
well, watermelon's okay here.
Okay.
It depends. I'm assuming where they bring it from, but I'm a big watermelon person. I love
too.
watermelon.
Oh, yeah, me
I
too.
love watermelon. It's like my summer thing. I can't wait for summer to like. I have one sitting on my counter. Like every day, there's watermelon involved.
Yeah,
for
we
summer.
have a belief in I don't know if it's in whole Mexico, but in Chiapas we do that for dinner you cannot have watermelon. If you eat watermelon
can
for
die.
dinner, you can die. But that's what people say. Yeah,
Why? Why is that?
I don't know.
Is it because it fills you up with
Oh, look,
chocolate?
we're heavy.
But you can have 10 tacos for dinner.
Yes, have more watermelon.
Watermelon, but 10
Now I'm going to
tacos is
have
okay.
that in my head, and I'm going to be like, wait, I don't know if I should be having watermelon. I usually have it like after dinner.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's refreshing. It's great.
Yes, it's delicious.
Yeah, it's delicious. All right, let me ask you one last question. You didn't have it on the forms. If a student was thinking about coming to do a study abroad, whenever it's set up or whenever there's one available, what would you tell them to be prepared for? What would be something that would be a culture shock maybe for them that they should be aware of when they come to Chiapas?
Like people sometimes don't respect your space. We really like to hug, to kiss. Yeah. Okay. So it doesn't matter if you're my friend or if you're a total stranger. We normally give a hug or a kiss, like when somebody introduces to another person, it's, hey, how are you? And you, yeah. So that might be shocking because for some cultures, like
They
they
don't give a
really like to
handshake.
have their
space.
their
Their
personal
space,
space.
yeah.
Yes. And well,
I think even if they are walking and you don't know the people, they will say, "Hey, how are you?" If you were friends for many years, that could be the most
Yes.
important, right?
Yeah. Okay.
yeah.
So everybody knows now, the most welcoming place. Everybody's going to hug you and appreciate that you're here.
There is a famous phrase in indigenous language called Soxil that it is like "Doon Chiapas." It means "I am Chiapas."
Oh,
Very famous.
yes.
Chiapas. I
Yes.
didn't know that.
Doon Chiapas.
Oh, look at that. You learned something.
Doon
There you go.
Chiapas.
There you go. Thank you so much for coming here
You're
and doing this podcast. It's fantastic to have somebody here live from a different country. So look how awesome this is. So truly appreciate it. Thank you both for sharing your stories and perspectives with us today. If you enjoyed our conversation, please like us and follow us on Instagram at Global Ed Unpacked. You can also watch the recorded show on our YouTube channel at Global Education Unpacked and listen to the audio version on your favorite podcast platform once everything gets put on there. This episode was recorded at WHCM Radio in Palatine, Illinois, produced by Matt Byrne, and features the theme music as you're listening to it by DJ Double Dip. It's called Mint. Thank you for listening, and until next time, keep exploring the world through education.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for the
Goodbye.
invitation.
Bye. Thank you.